Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. Today on the channel, I am so happy to bring you the new, it's pretty still new, right? ENBBA Naturals Styling Gel. The reason why this is just so exciting to me is because this product is a YouTuber created product. It is from Abena of Embrace Natural Beauty. In fact, the name ENBBA Natural stands for Embrace Natural Beauty by Abena. Literally, that's what it means. So, Abena was a YouTuber. Well, she still produces content every now and then, you know what I mean? She's mainly more so on the social media. You can find her on Instagram a little bit easier, but the channel's called Embrace Natural Beauty. Her name is Abena, and then she is also a licensed cosmetologist. She specializes in kinky hair, and cutting it, styling it, all these things using botanical products. And so this product arise as something that she wanted to develop for her clients, and this is something that her clients tested for a long time before then it eventually became a product that was in like a pre-launch phase, and now you can just go on the website and just buy the product. So excited to try something by Abena, and then also excited that this is something that has proof because it's been put on so many people's different head as well. All right, let's get the technical stuff out of the way. So I have here the 8-ounce product. I believe all the products come with a pump now. They didn't initially, but now they do. So this one actually is the 8-ounce product, and I will actually get the prices up for you guys. So the 8-ounce is $36, which is $4.50 per ounce. This is the typical type of pricing that you're going to see if it is a like a small operation. I can think of another product that is a hairstylist that has a product as well, and this is about the price per ounce of that person's product as well. There is a sample size. It doesn't say how many ounces the sample size is. I believe that the sample size is 2 ounces. The reason I believe is because the per ounce price kind of makes sense as far as its variation from the $4.50. So if that is a 2-ounce product, which is it's $10, which would make it about $5 per ounce. And then this is something that you usually don't see at products in this stage or at this level, but she has a 32-ounce product, a salon size. You usually don't see this when the products are kind of new like this, but she took it there, probably because she's a hairstylist, and there are other hairstylists who use this product as well. So that is $136, which is $4.25 per ounce. So we go down by 25 cents per ounce. And I believe as a total, if you add up all the 25 cents that it costs less, I believe this product is $8 less than the 8-ounce product that I have. The shipping was about $8 on the 8-ounce product. So this probably will be like not having to pay the shipping cost, but I'm wondering if it probably costs a little bit more to ship a heavier, bigger product. But I would say if you do regularly want to use ENBBA Naturals, I'm always going to say it's cheaper, not just in price but in convenience, just to buy the bigger product. Just save yourself time and effort and money and just buy the bigger product. Okay, so let's get into the promises of this product. So this is a botanical-based, water-soluble gel that adds definition, shine, and lasting hold. There are also some other messaging on the website about it being kind of a humidity blocker, help you with humidity, and also for it not to be crunchy. This product is kind of unique on the market in that it is being marketed as a topper gel. It is specifically like that last product that you put on after you styled your hair with other products, as just like that last thing to add those extra things, these extra elements or benefits to the gel that you already have on your hair. So I do want to make a couple of ingredient call outs here. First of all, the ingredients for this product is very simple, very bare bones, very botanical. She's getting to the business here. There's not a lot of filler or fluff in the formulation of this product. And we have here several humectant ingredients. First of all, typically you see maybe 1 to 2 humectant ingredients. There's like 4 humectants in this product. Glycerin, sodium PCA, aloe vera powder, and provitamin B5. Now, not all of these are at the top of the ingredients list. In fact, only glycerin is up at the top. It's ingredient number 2, and then it goes right into the ingredients that provide hold. And then all these other humectants are later on in the formulation. So as far as the hold ingredients, what is providing the hold in here? Okay, girl. Ingredients 3 and 4. So they're right after glycerin. We have xanthan gum and dihydroxanthan gum powder. So it's two different forms of xanthan gum. They're right side by side. She's not playing games. They are ingredients 3 and 4, as I said. It's right at the top of the ingredients list. You guys know that xanthan gum does provide quite a bit of hold. Sometimes if xanthan gum is too close to the top of the ingredients list, or if xanthan gum is not toned down with some oils and stuff like that, it can sometimes cause flaking. I'm here to tell you that I didn't get any flaking with this product before we even get into the use and the results. But I think there's some things at play. I think there's some reasons why we're not getting flaking with this. Or like a white cast. Sometimes xanthan gum will give you like a really like white look to your hair. So I think the reason why we're not getting that is because, number one, this is being marketed as a topper, right? So if you're just topping it over the other products that you're using, number one, you're not using a lot of it. And number two, the products you're putting under it probably have other things that are somewhat diluting this xanthan gum, that are providing perhaps that the oil or the whatever that is tends to be in other formulations. So you're not getting any of those things when you're using this as a topper. And then also, I think, and this is just a hypothesis because I'm not a product formulator, so people who are more knowledgeable definitely chime in the comments. But I do think the fact that there are so many humectants in this ingredients list, I think the number of humectants is probably affecting the effect that the xanthan gum is having on the hair, like causing it to not form that white cast and causing it to not form those flakes. But that's just a hypothesis. Just a hypothesis. So let's get into the scent and the texture of the product. First of all, it is scentless. It does not have a scent. When I smell it, it smells like if I had my eyes closed and someone put this under my nose, I'd be like, it is a hair gel. I can tell that it's hair gel. Just like you know that Elmer's glue is glue. Like, you know what I mean? You know that you're smelling super glue, right? They don't scent those products, but you know what they are by smelling it. And that's the same thing with the ENBBA. I smelled it and I was like, it's hair gel. There is no scent added at all, which I think is good, especially again, going back to the whole topper thing. You're using it as a topper. You might be using things that are already scented. So this is a good way not to like further compete or add to the scent of the products, because we get into it, but I chose to use products underneath ENBBA that are very scented. So the ENBBA did not change the scent of the products or anything like that. The texture. It is very lightweight. It's giving botanical. You guys know what I mean. It's giving botanical, but the texture is somewhere in between serum and snot. It's somewhere in between. And I don't mean that to be nasty. I don't mean that to be weird. But if you put it on your hand, like as I'm like working with it, it's like it has some tack. So like a couple of the little strings of it will be on my hand, and it's kind of like spreading in that certain almost snot-like way. But it's thin though and very workable. So that's why I'm like somewhere between serum and snot is where this is landing. You're like, okay, yeah, this is gonna do something. And also, after I filmed the little intro clip things that I do with the texture, I always open the bottle back up and just put the product back in the bottle, behind the scenes moment. But as I did that, I also had a little bit of like, I don't know, like moisture still on my hand. So I just rubbed it on my leg because I was wearing shorts. And I go to set up the scene to start washing my hair and that kind of stuff. And I felt something on my leg, and I just started pressing really hard on my leg, and the product kind of like rolled up on my leg. So it definitely, even though that was like literally almost nothing that I put on my leg, it definitely had a presence on my leg, which is just, I want to note that just because when we are putting it in the hair, there are other products on the hair. Okay, let's get into the use of how I chose to use the ENBBA Natural Styling Gel. Um, Let me tell you something. I chose to use a combo that I knew very well. I said, if I'm going to review something that's specifically being used in conjunction with other products, and I want to get information on how the new product is formulated or how it's working, I need to use something that I know. So because of that, I chose to use the Kinky Curly system. I know that system well. I know what my hair looks like when I am just using the Kinky Curly system. I know what my hair looks like and acts like whenever I use the Paul Mitchell Extra Body Volume Gel as a topper over it as well, because you guys know that that is something that I commonly use over that particular wash and go. Without a topper, this particular wash and go gets to about day 4. and then the curls are defined, but the volume of my hair is so big that I just don't want to wear it down fully. So that's when I go into like half up, half down, or puff or something like that, so that the curls are still on display, but my hair is not so big. And then it also loses some of its movement as well. That's what it's like without a topper. With the Paul Mitchell, it does extend it out to a full 7 days, but I will say that it's like almost undetectable. So it's like the hair still looks how it normally looks with the kinky curly combo. Everything is in place, but it just lasts longer. So that's how it is with the topper. So I feel like this was the perfect combo to put over, to put underneath the ENBBA Natural Styling Gel. So here's what I did. I'm a little bit different from other people in this space who do wash and goes the same way, or like the same type of wash and go that I do. Most people just apply all of their products, their base, and then all of the following products all the way up to the final topper. They usually will put all the products in first and then go through and like rake through the hair in very small sections or style the hair in very small sections. I don't do that, okay? Rule breaker over here. So what I do is I actually apply my base all over, and then as I'm applying that first gel, that first styler, I'm applying it and I'm styling my hair at the same time. And then if there's something that I'm applying like over the top of that, like an additional styler that is just for like humidity or shine or whatever, I will just take that and apply it over the entire quadrant and call it a day. Like I don't actively rake through my hair and style my hair with the topper gel, if that makes sense. So I naturally applied it the same exact way. We don't want too many variables going on here. So I styled my hair with the Kinky Curly leave-in and then styled it with the custard. And then instead of going the whole quadrant, because this is more of a slippery type product, I did divide the back into top and bottom over here. And then I also did in the front sections, I did those in top and bottom as well. I applied a couple of pumps of the ENBBA Naturals over each section. It was such a small amount of ENBBA. Like literally it was the amount that I would probably put if I was just trying to do like a little touch up of the roots or something of me styling a section of hair. Like it really was very little. I did cut the amount that I applied per section in the front of my hair just because there's less hair. So those top and bottom sections were smaller than the top and bottom sections in the back. So I literally just did half the amount of ENBBA. I'm not really 100% sure of how many pumps I did. That's why I'm not really saying it, because I'm not sure. I think maybe in the front sections, it was maybe 2 to 3 pumps. And I probably could get away with using slightly less. I wouldn't say half of what I used, not that, but maybe slightly less. I could probably get away with using of the ENBBA Naturals. Something that I noticed that would probably be beneficial for people who do actually style their hair with all of the product that they're going to be using. The second that the ENBBA touched my hair, it kind of took on this like very smooth texture. It added slip to the combination of products on my hair. This little like very, I don't know why the word marshmallow comes to mind, probably because of the scent of the Kinky Curly meshed with the texture of the ENBBA. But if you are someone who's experiencing issues getting slip with the stylers that you're using on your hair, the ENBBA can help with that. It definitely adds a more slippery texture to whatever the combo is that's on your hair. I didn't really need the slip, obviously, because of the way that I apply my stylers. Girl, the results. Let me talk to you about the results. My hair was extremely elongated, much longer. I mean, my hair typically dry hangs at about armpit length. It was hanging at bra strap length, inches longer than how my hair normally hangs. The shine, the movement, it had firm definition, but it was still lightweight. Just everything was on another level, absolutely. And this was the day one result. Okay, this is my hair is dry result. My hair is dry, but it's hanging at the length it hangs at when it's wet. Okay, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And then I honestly, I could just say at this point, it ain't a Kinky Curly wash and go no more. Because the way that my hair looks good with Kinky Curly, but my hair don't look like this with Kinky Curly. This is not a kinky curly wash and go. Like literally, it is not. Now, I come to you several days in. My hair today is day 4 hair. All right. And the reason why I specifically wanted to come back on day 4, because that's usually when I got to start putting the kinky curly wash and go away. Y'all, it still looks great. It still looks great. The separation, the movement, the length, it still looks great. Okay. I know what combo that I'm going to have on my hair the next time I go get my hair cut, because my hair is hanging so much that it's hanging out of the shape that I had it cut in not that long ago. And I also want to add here that the weather, I was out and about earlier yesterday and the weather was beautiful. The dew point was like 70 something, which is normally when people's hair would start to frizz. It was great. It was unaffected. Well, later that night, the weather took an extreme turn. Like it was pouring. We had flooding on some of the streets here. It was just a torrential downpour, and my husband had wanted to go out to eat. So I had to walk into the restaurant in the torrential downpour, walk back to the car in the torrential downpour. My husband's truck is parked outside of our house, so I had to walk into the house in the rain. And even though I had an umbrella, y'all, the water still was coming sideways and stuff, and so I did directly get water in this wash and go. There's water that touched a kinky curly wash and go, and y'all know that would be a kiss of death for a kinky curly wash and go. But as you can see, the hair is still hairing. Like it is still intact. It is still doing its thing despite the direct contact with water. I could say the only main thing that I see that my hair is doing is that the individual strands are starting to plump up a little bit more, because I was getting hair that was almost a little too hangy, like a girl, like where's the rest of your hair? A little stringy. And that could be, you know, probably affected by using a little less ENBBA. But the individual curls are plumping a little bit more to kind of further fill out my hair and give it that volume. But as far as like the expansion of the size of my hair, it's not really expanding that much to where I'm like, oh, I gotta put this away. It's just looking better. It's just getting better as the days go. I think it almost goes without saying, but this is a repurchase. This is something that I'm going to be using. I already am going to be filming another product review that's coming up right after this one. Y'all better listen. I'm blessing y'all this month because I don't do this. But I'm going to do another wash and go product review. And I'm not going to do it in the video, but I am going to probably document this over my social media. I'm interested in trying the ENBBA over that product because I don't think that it is going to be a one and done product. With the botanicals, they hardly ever are. Let's keep it real. So probably going to try ENBBA over the top of that. And then I would like to see ENBBA over either my Wonder Curl or over my Abena. Those usually give me a laid result if I follow the wash and go routine that I put up. Not the last one, not the one before that, but the one before that, where I really go in small sections and rake and stuff like that. I usually have to do that technique to get those wash and goes to last a long time. So with my newer techniques that I've used to do my wash and goes, the Wonder Curl and the Abena don't get as much longevity. They get all the definition, but they don't last as long. So I definitely would be interested to see ENBBA over the top of one of those as well. I'm very pleased with this. I usually have to do a lot of small sections to be able to get my hair to look like this and to hang like this. And so ENBBA is saving the girlies time as well. If you are more interested to see what I have to say about blocking humidity, if you don't have access to the ENBBA just yet, check out this video. And then if you are interested in the technique that I use to style my hair in a little bit more detail, check out this video. Subscribe. I post videos every week, and I'll talk to you in the next one.